So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
Know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding just a girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl.
Just a girl. That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that just a girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm just a girl's content.
That just a girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate black women.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. I am your host Janine. I'm so happy to have you guys here with me tonight. What do we have? It's a blurred background, but is it looking good to y'all? Good evening, everybody. Let me just see, because I feel like I'm moving slow. Am I good, y'all? Sometimes the blurred background will have you moving a little bit slow, but if I'm good, let me know in the comments that I am good. When it comes to like the feedback, like I'm not lagging, right? Just want to make sure I'm good. Okay, I'm good, y'all. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm a mom, so I had to do my bedtime routine with my kids and get them all straight. So I apologize for being late. But I got to get the babies together before we get into this conversation. So I hope everyone is having a great evening. Thank you guys for being here. I was not feeling well last week, so that's why I took the week off. I lost my dog, y'all, so I was really struggling that day. I just wasn't in the mood. So I had to just take some time off, and I'm back today. I'm doing overall okay. So got the kids together. I have two children of my own, and I have a stepdaughter, but she's grown. So 2 kids in the home with us. And yeah, so this topic tonight about the lovely wives of being a wife is an honor. It is an honor to be a wife, y'all. But tonight, I want to talk about just the fact that so many wives find it somehow okay to disrespect their husbands online and public. But I want to talk about social media. And social media has done so much damage to our mental as women. The mental is not there for a lot of us when it comes to being wives, how we conduct ourselves, and just how we just the overall nature of what it means to be a wife and what it means to represent someone else. Like, you represent your husband and your husband represents you, right? So if I embarrass myself, I'm embarrassing my husband and vice versa, right? But I feel like we've lost that sense of like, I'm embarrassing myself too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that social media, we are just so like, I don't care. I can say whatever I want. He better accept me for who I am. This is just who I am. And I'm like, no, that like, we cannot write out this idea that you get to be who you have always been forever. When your role changes, you have to change. Okay. You have to change. Because now you are a wife, you are a mother, and you represent other people. But I don't think that a lot of women in today's society who are wives remember that they represent someone else. And the way that they disrespect their husbands. The way that they we just are appalled by the stuff that we see all the time from married women, right? And then what it does is, right? What it does is the women who are not yet married, we see it on social media. So they watch this stuff and they think that that's what they're supposed to do. Or if they don't have a man who's going to allow them to do those things, and they don't want that kind of man. You want a man that's going to let you disrespect him. You want that kind of man. You want a man who's going to let you do that. Why would you want that kind of man? Why? Okay. So before I share the first video, make sure you guys like the live, share it out. Y'all, we hit 20K subscribers was it last week? And I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. Thank y'all so much for hitting 20K. My goal for the end of the year is to hit 30K by December, which is my birthday month. So I would love for y'all to just let's run it up and reach that 30K goal and on the road to 50 to 100. Like, we are growing. So I appreciate you guys so much for being here and just growing on my channel with me and all the things. So did I see the husband lunch packing this week? I didn't see that. I didn't see that though. Is that a problem? Is that a problem that the husband was packing lunch? All right, Joe. So I'm going to share this first video because I think that this is just. Well, let me say this. When I got on TikTok. Let me specify that. When I got on TikTok, I realized just how disrespectful wives were. Okay, I realized that because I was like, wait a minute, that's a married woman talking like that. Even in my own lives, I would have. Even in my own lives, it would be women who were in there who were married, talking about what they not going to do. And my husband, no, I don't need him. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're sitting online telling the world basically that you don't need your husband and he's okay with that? I was like, wait a minute now. Like, where y'all do that at? You just openly saying how you don't need your husband on TikTok. You don't care, and he know I don't need him. I'm like, oh wow, this is a different group of people. Now, I don't have many married friends. I don't have many married friends. I'm saying that right now. I don't. I wish I had more, but I do not. So I'm not surrounded around a bunch of married women to even hear these conversations with their husbands in like real life. And if I was around a woman, like if I did have a friend like that, I would definitely tell her, like, girl, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Not cool at all. So that was what I first was like, wow, these women, it ain't just the girlfriends, it's the wives who are flat out disrespectful. Don't have no appreciation, don't care. Like, how? So here we go. Let's get it. Hold on, let me go ahead and share the screen. Which way should I do it? I'll go this way and we'll go this way. Make sure y'all can hear it. Hold on. All right, let's do it.
I hate being fucking married. I long for the day to be single again. The only thing that's causing me to stay and stick it out is because I've been a housewife for 10 years. And to get back out there in the workforce with a mental illness, there's some fears that I have. But I literally do hate being married.
She hates being married but love a comfortable life. What else is holding her back from filing for divorce? If she's that unhappy, why not leave and have her peace? She'll rather vent to social media than her spouse. I'm sure if her husband comes across this, he'll file for divorce. Grant her wish and move on.
Okay, so I wanted to start with this video because what the commentator said was so right. You came to social media to say this. And the reason that this stuff like this really bothers me, because it's so disrespectful of your husband, right? Regardless, if you are still in that marriage and you are married, committed to that man, you have not separated, that is still your partner and y'all are connected to each other. Even if you are separated, but when you are actually together, you do not come online and do this. You do not. His family, your family, his friends, how do you think it looks for his friends to come across you saying how much you hate being married and they know that's your wife? How much you hate being married and that's your wife. How the audacity. And as he said, you can't leave because you like your life. And this is the problem that I have with women who do this, because we know that Black women already have a big problem with marriage, and they think we are all miserable and we're all lying and we all hate our husbands and we're just so unhappy and all the things. So you have a woman come on here and do this, and you get this little snippet of I hate this, I hate that, and you don't even know what it is that you hate. Why do you hate marriage? So they make you think, oh, her husband must be horrible. He might be beating her up. He might be cheating on her. It leaves a door for assumptions and pity, right? For whatever it may be. And that also adds to the destruction and the demonizing of marriage. Okay? The demonizing of marriage. So look at some of the let's read some of the comments. Okay, if y'all can see it.
I hate.
Okay. Oops. Someone said, I don't feel sorry for her. She better go ex Trump. Sound like she just being lazy. If you don't like being married that bad, then leave. I feel sorry for her. He destroyed her spirit and self-confidence praying for her. Why do we this is what I mean. Now again, could he have done that? Absolutely. But we don't know. We have no proof to say that this man is the reason that she has mental health issues, the reason that she is truly unhappy. We don't know to the direct correlation of what it might be, right? Unfortunately, what women are doing right now when it comes to marriage, they're divorcing their husband because he lost his job, that she might got to go to work. That's how much they're painting this picture. They're divorcing their husbands because they were bored. I'm bored. I was unhappy because I didn't get to go. I didn't get to travel every other month like I wanted to. Like, this is the type of stuff that they are putting out to the world, right? So you come online crying about how much you hate being married, and you're somebody's wife. You're somebody's wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you do that? How dare you sit there and come online and embarrass your husband in this manner? But we don't feel no shame, no guilt, no care. It's all about how you feel. Forget how he feels. Forget how it's going to make him look. Forget what people might think about him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem, that we have become so selfish as wives. We're so selfish that it's all about how you feel. And TikTok is a place that has given them ammo to do these type of things. TikTok is the worst place for a woman to come online and share. Like that, it just gives them ammo to keep going and keep going and keep going. I've talked before about the way that, the way these women are presenting themselves is not conducive to how I believe a woman should carry herself, just in general, but especially as a wife. And I know we live in a time where, men are, they're basically bowing down to their woman and accepting what they're going to get, unfortunately. I'm going to share this next clip with y'all because this is so disgusting and it's so unfortunate. When I say like so unfortunate, that there are really men out here who really try, and they just have women who don't care. So again, it makes it hard for a man to want to try to marry somebody again or deal with a woman if you dealt with an embarrassing woman, a woman who embarrasses you, who disrespects you, who's ungrateful, who doesn't care. I'm going to share this. Now, again, I only can go off what is being shared online. This doesn't look like a skit, but again, I don't know. They put it out there that this is what it is. So we're going to go with, if this is a skit, we're going to use it as an example. But this, from what it looks like to me, this seems to be a very real situation. But a woman would never. Let's just say that. A woman would never. Never. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, here we go. Because this, y'all about to be like, well, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I just cleaned this whole room up. This whole room, and she got this right here, and she sleep.
Did y'all see that? Y'all see this? Like, there's no way. There's no way. Now, in my mind, ain't no way you would make a skit and make your room this filthy and nasty. There's no way. This is simply trifling. This is simply trifling. It's disgusting, right? And the crazy part about it is, like I said, a woman would never. Even the way that he came on and opened up the video, I just cleaned up after my wife. He wasn't even disrespecting her. He, like how a woman would have came in that house and cursed that man out so bad and recorded him and did all the things. He still didn't do it. I know we would call this man a simp and all the things, and I don't know how or why you would deal with something like this. I have no idea why would a man love, commitment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she might be going through, but let's just say this, as I just said before, most women would never. They would never have came in and did that in that manner for that man. They would have never. They would have never. Like, would have never. You know? Someone in the comments said, I always help people with the same situation. You have to blame yourself because you tolerate it from the beginning. Ain't no way. I don't condone violence, especially in marriages, but damn. If you don't got no children with her, get the hell out of there and run. Why are you complaining? You allow her to do it because you don't love yourself enough. This must be a prank. No way it's real. He's a good guy. Go find you someone who appreciates you and is deserving of you. And this is so sad, y'all, because I think that there's a lot of really good men out here, and I think there's good women out here too. Don't get me wrong, but I think that there's a lot of good men out here that get the short end of the stick, that do, unfortunately, probably deal with more disrespect, deal with the embarrassment more, because these are the men that when women tend to walk all over, they marry them because they get to do whatever they want to do. It's just there's no way that you can sit on. I don't know if she knew it was recording also, but just to sit there, it's disrespectful on every level. on every level is disrespectful. But at this point, y'all, what does being a wife even mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being a wife mean to us at this point? It literally means nothing. Where is the bell? It literally means nothing. And that's the unfortunate side of all of this, that the meaning of being a wife means nothing. What it means to respect your husband means nothing. What it means to respect yourself means nothing. Because this ain't just about disrespecting your husband and talking about him. It's just the way that you are out here moving. It's the way that you are out here living your life. You are a wife, but you choose to live your life and move this way. That's what you're doing. And it's so unfortunate because someone just put in the comments, being a wife means whatever they feel like it means. And that's so true. Whatever you feel like you want being a wife to mean today, that's what it means to you. That's what it means to you. If I feel like wanting to be respectful, that's what it means. A woman who honors her husband, a woman who doesn't. Tomorrow. It's sad. It is sad, y'all. And I'm gonna share this next clip because this is so real.
Woman will do whatever her boss says, but barely do what her husband asks. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know how you can be to work on time every day at 8 a.m. But to make me a turkey sandwich is a problem, right? Or to do something for me is a problem. I don't understand it, right? I don't understand how we've gotten to the place where we're so independent that you will allow another man to dictate your whole life. But the man that you sleep with and say you love, he can't tell you one thing.
Isn't that wild? Like, that is wild. It is so true, though. And their favorite line is what? Well, my boss pays me. My boss pays me. That's what they say, y'all. So again, like you said, you will be to work on time every day because you don't want to get in trouble by your boss. Every day you're on time. Every day. But you can't wake up on time, quote unquote, right? To make your husband breakfast, to make him dinner, to make him lunch, to get him a glass of water. That's too much. That's too much work. Why do you gotta get up and get him a glass of water? He got feet. He got legs. He can get up. He's a grown man. That's what they say. He's a grown man. But because my boss pays me, so that's why I do it. Okay, so your boss pays you. But I will die for you. That don't matter, huh? He pays you. But I made a commitment to you upon God that I will die for you as your husband. That means nothing, huh? Your boss paying you every week means more than me risking my life for you. That is where we are as women. That is the disrespect of a wife in today's time. That he can tell me what to do because he's my boss and he pays me. But you, my husband, and they love to go into the, well, I gotta work. If he wanted me to do what he wanted me to do, he should let me stay home. He should get a better job. Then I wouldn't to listen to nobody. They'll do all of that, all the projecting, all of the lack of accountability that goes into having to be accountable for your choices. But this is the reality. This is the reality of what it has what is it looks like to be a wife. And there's so much pushback. There's so much pushback from wives who are finding ways to make excuses as to why they don't have to listen to their husbands. So again, as I said, your boss paying you, you are in debt to him, but I will die for you. And you don't owe me nothing. That is where we are. That is where we are, y'all. So I want to get into, because I'm not sure if you guys seen that Miss Ayesha Curry is back on the internet, and people have shared their opinions on her just always running that mouth. She's always running that mouth. They see content like yours and go, she chick don't know what she's. Oh yeah, they always say I don't know what I'm talking about. They always say I don't know what I'm talking about. They always say, they call me pick me's and all the things, and all the things. I never know what I'm talking about. But yet I am here. I am married. I am not perfect at all, but I try my best to be a better wife every day. I try my best to be, do better, be more respectful, be more accountable. Like, I do my best. I do my best to listen, to hear my husband, to make certain changes, to be more considerate. Like, again, it takes work. It takes a lot of work. But when you are a united front and you are a team, it's like, why wouldn't I want to? Why wouldn't I want to? So thank you. Make sure y'all like the live, y'all. Support the channel. I appreciate you guys. So as I was saying, Ayesha Curry is back on the internet, and one of her sat down and talked about, being a wife, being a mom. I know people ask her that question all the time. And I want to go back a little bit first so we can hold on, because I want to get into some of her commentary that she shared before. Did I save it? Hold on. Let me see. Because sometimes, y'all, we really got to just learn how to be quiet. We be talking too much. Way too much, y'all. I thought I saved it. I wanted to save it for y'all. Because I want to talk about her original. Yeah, remember when she was on The Real? Was it The Real?
Something that really bothers.
Oh, I think I got it. Here we go. I got it. It's already up here. Okay, here we go.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves, but me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but male attention. Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that someone's looking. I have anxiety too, really, really.
Okay. Well, I don't want to pause it on the babies, but we'll pause it there, okay? Actually, let's go back. Let's pause it on her. Okay. So, y'all remember this. This is years ago. They only had 2 kids then. Years ago, right? I remember when this came out, and I wasn't doing this type of content at that time, but my husband and I always talked about this stuff. We've always had these conversations. Okay. You come on a platform, you say that people are always throwing themselves at your husband. Women, we know that. They're celebrities. That's what they do. They're thirsty for attention from an NBA player, for sure. Okay, cool. You then say, it's like you're jealous, essentially. They're jealous that he gets more attention than you, right? You're the woman. You probably want more attention. So you feel away, or you felt away, should I say. You felt away at that time that your husband, NBA star Stephen Curry, is getting more attention from women than you are getting from men. You're getting zero male attention. In 10 years, you've gotten zero male attention. In 10 years at that time, you've gotten 100% of your husband's attention. Why did you feel the need that you needed somebody else's attention? Why do you need someone else to be looking at you? Why do you need someone else to tell you that you look good? You have a husband who can tell you that and tell you the truth about it, really mean it, be sincere about it. You want someone to just be looking at you. You're out in the world. Men are looking, but you're a wife. So do you think they're going to come up to you and approach you? She's a attractive woman. So in 10 years, again, at this time, you think that no man has never looked at you? Like, come on. I've been with my husband for 17 years. Do you think that I think no men have ever looked at me before because I'm married? I know how I look. I know that men are looking. So you're saying no, I want to know that I want to get, let me replay it again. Because this is
me, and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an something that really bothers me, and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity, is the fact that yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention, because I don't want it, but yeah.
Oh, wait, so they had 3 kids. Okay, they had the little baby. So she says, I don't want it. I just want to know somebody's looking. They always contradict themselves. On one end, you didn't want it, but on one end, you do. Make it make sense. It never makes sense, y'all. She got married at 22 years old. 22 years old. She said she wasn't necessarily out there. She didn't have all these partners. She was 22 years old when she got married. 22. You saying you had zero male attention, but you have a husband who can give you the attention, who's giving you the attention. Why do I put that video up, y'all? Y'all remember that video I just put up a couple, I think I put this up last week. The women, they always want more. Why are you not satisfied with just getting your husband's attention? Why do you need other men's attention? Why do you need I think she's okay. I think she's attractive. I'm a woman though, so like if you're a man, I know that we as men and women see things differently. So I totally respect your opinion. But why do you feel the need to desire attention from other men? You know? And what would that look like? What does attention from other men even look like? You know? I just think naturally as women, when you are, again, like, let's be real. We as women know what we look like. We know if we look good. We know how we looking when we go outside. So again, men are men. Men are looking. You don't need nobody. You don't need anyone to say something physically to you to know that men are looking at you. Period. What I took from it is she is saying she wants a man to approach her and attempt to get with her. Because there's no other way. Because she said women are always throwing themselves at my husband. They are throwing themselves at him for sure. So you're saying as a married woman, You want men to just attempt to try to talk to you so you can know that they are interested. But again, you're Stephen Curry's wife. They're not going to try that. They're not going to try that. They're not going to try that. Again, she was 22 years old when they got married. They started dating. They started dating when she was 18. They've been together since they were kids. She was 18 or 19. He was 19 or 20. It ain't no other people before them. There wasn't all this attention before them. We are just too thirsty for attention from other men. That is never enough, and you don't even know when you have it good. You've had this good man who wanted to commit to you when he was 23 years old and you was 22 years old, that he decided to marry you. That's how much he wanted to commit to you. They were like high school sweethearts. She said she didn't even think he was. I'm gonna share with y'all, but it's just unfortunate that even to get on the point of this is to get online and tell this and say this. And how you think to make your husband look? To say that you don't get enough male attention. You haven't got no male attention from it, zero male attention in 10 years. How do you think that makes him feel? Or how do you think that makes people look at him, look at you as his wife? Like, did you say that? Did you have to share that? You did not. You did not have to share that. You didn't have to share that, but you chose to because we just don't know when to stop. We don't know when it's going to make. I'm thinking you're talking from your experience. You're just talking about how it makes you feel. But what about once I put this out there, how it's going to make my husband look, how it's going to make him feel? And a lot of men don't really come out and say how they feel about certain things. They may just suppress it. They may not want to make a big deal about it. But I feel like as a man, to hear your wife saying that she's jealous that she don't get no attention from men is wild. It is wild. It really is, y'all. For you to be a woman and say that it's crazy, in my opinion. So we're gonna keep going with Ayesha because she's back. As I said, she's back on the internet sharing.
I want to live with my husband. I want him.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna share this clip because she's back. Well, we can. No, let's go here. Let's keep going with this. Hold on.
Just when we was forgetting about her, Ayesha Curry is back on social media talking about how she hates Stephen Curry. She was just recently on a podcast and she talked about how she actually never wanted to be married. She never wanted to have kids. And she always saw herself as a career woman, etc., etc. Which, I get it. You know, people have visions for their own life. And when they get in relationships, sometimes they have to compromise. But my thing is, why 10 years later talk about it to the world? I get people need to get stuff off their chest, but it's just a better way of going about it than constantly embarrassing your husband. Like, every time she opened her mouth, she embarrassed this man. And then here come all the women in the comments, oh, she's so brave for saying things that a lot of women want to say. Like, there is a way of discussing things without disrespecting and embarrassing your partner.
Very true. Very true. Very true. I'm going to share what he's referencing as well, so you guys can see what this is all about.
How did being in the spotlight impact your relationship in the early days? Because you guys didn't know how to handle it.
It's a double-edged sword, because parts of it have afforded me doors to be open. I obviously have to walk through them and then put in the work to stay in the room. But that I think would be the elephant in the room is like I'm grateful for that side of things. But on the flip side, I in the beginning hated it so much. I like did not sign up for that. I also always thought like I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. Like he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like I thought I was going to be like the girl out there getting it.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
Well, it's so interesting you say that because I want to talk a lot about that today because I relate to you in that way. Like, I really, really never thought I was going to get married. I'm like, there is actually no way that's ever going to happen. And then it happens and you're like, maybe I didn't know myself that well. And it's like, no, you knew yourself when you were young. Yes. And then life happens and then you grow up and then you have different wants and needs and that's okay to change your mind.
Yes.
But
so did y'all see the difference? It's so crazy. And I just caught that as we were watching it, right? So Ayesha said that she never wanted to be married. She never wanted to have kids. I don't see no problem in that, right? Again, they started dating, I think seriously when she was like 19. So very young. She didn't dream of being a wife. She didn't dream about wedding and all the things. She thought she didn't want kids. Again, you're at the age where you don't probably want any of that stuff. So I don't necessarily mind her having that opinion. But when the other woman says that, yeah, I actually thought I would never get married. She said, I thought I would never get married. She never said I didn't want to, right? So just even that, let's just say hypothetically, this is just an example. I don't know for sure, but let's just say hypothetically for her husband's sake, she might have said, I didn't think I would get married versus I didn't want to get married. Right. I could be digging a little bit too deep or reading too far into it, but just even the way that you said I didn't want to be married versus I never thought I would be married can still give off a different feeling, right? But I think the point of what they're saying is, why come and tell this story? Or again, the way. So I'm thinking, okay, you ask a question for kids, what was it like? You can say the same thing, like, well, you know what? I never really thought about marriage, right? I never dreamed of it. I never, saw myself married per se. Again, I was really young, as she said, and you're able to spin it more into like what made you change your mind. And again, you're young, so as she said, you don't know what you want. I thought I didn't want any of this stuff, so I think it was somewhat cleaned up nicely. But I also feel like, to that man's point, why 10 years later tell us that you never want to have kids or never be married? I'm not gonna say that she hate her husband because that's not how I feel, but I do understand based on her history. They feel like when she's talking about Steph Curry and her marriage, there's always it's coming with like I didn't like this. It's almost like a place of like, you're always talking about how you didn't like it or you don't like it or you got these struggles, you got this. It doesn't come from a place of like all the positives. You know what I'm saying? Where Steph Curry, he has talked about just finding the right person and why he wanted to settle down and all the things. And I'm going to share this clip with y'all in referencing that.
One thing.
Where is he? Hold on. Here we go.
15, I meet Ayesha. We aren't dating in high school, but we talk a little bit. And fast forward 4 years, I'm out in LA at the ESPYs because we just made our tournament run, and it's just me and my dad flying from Charlotte. I'd never been to LA before. Out here for the ESPYs. I was like, I remember I remember Ayesha. I remember she moved out here because she was out here pursuing acting. So she had graduated from high school and came right out here to pursue acting. But we weren't talking at all. So I hit her up and I was like, "Hey, I'm out in LA, like chilling, whatever. Like you guys show me around because I ain't never been out here before." So we reconnected then, and like a couple months later, she had moved back to Charlotte, and I'm still at Davidson, which is like 30 minutes away. So we got to kind of keep it going. And from there, like we were just two kids, just enjoying life together and not really knowing what was about to happen. And when I got to the league, like again, I'm just living my life, and as the spotlight starts to grow and all that, you're dealt with judgments. Everybody just wants to know every step you take and all that stuff, and it's kind of uncomfortable at times because as humans, you react to stuff like stuff that's said about you and all that type of stuff. And personally, me, it's like want to take it in stride and like you don't want to react to everything because you'll lose your mind.
Right.
But you want to protect the integrity of y'all's relationship. We started, way back when, and so it's an ever-changing kind of thing for us because even as you bring kids in this world, like how are you going to raise them with this spotlight as well and keep their mind in the right direction and give them perspective and give them a chance to have a quote-unquote normal childhood and stuff. So a lot of responsibilities, but God don't make no mistakes, man. And for me and her, like I think we appreciate the ability to inspire and impact people because of our relationship. Like that's if we can do it. Like we're not perfect. We got ups and downs, and there's gonna be challenges in like every other relationship in this world. But if we can kind of persevere through all that stuff, man, we can be an inspiration and expectation for like what it means to find somebody you want to share life with. And I don't want to get too sappy, but like that's real.
That's real.
That's
Absolutely.
real, right?
And it's rare too.
Yeah.
Especially in our profession, So I think it's dope. The example you guys said is amazing.
Now just look at that, y'all. Do y'all see the difference in the way that he talked? The way that he answered the question. It's like sometimes you can say it, but it's like, you could have did it a different way. You could have said it like, do y'all feel me? If y'all feel me in the comments, drop it in the comments. Do y'all see the difference in how he talked about their relationship versus how she talked about it? Do y'all feel me? Let me know in the chat if y'all feel what I'm saying. Cause I feel me. I feel like I see a difference, and I think that that's just again the protection of the relationship. Y'all hear that part? He said the protection of the integrity of the relationship. So I don't care how I'm feeling. I'm not going to compromise the integrity. I'm not going to embarrass my husband, my wife. Y'all see this? Like it's just, I wanted to find those two clips because I wanted to show the difference of how we as women speak when we want to be honest, quote unquote, and how a man will. You're still, like you can tell that he loves her. And I'm not saying that she don't love him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it at all. But it's almost like, again, 10 years later, you're still just like, oh my God, like this is a lot for me. I want to be the spotlight. I want to, like, even that, like she said, she thought she's going to be a career woman. She's going to be out here getting it. And if you're still struggling with the idea that you are an NBA player's wife, you have a great life that you get to live. I'm not saying that their lives are perfect. I'm not saying that they don't have problems. I'm not saying that there aren't hardships. But for the average person, you don't have the problems that the average people have. Right? When it comes to financial stressors, just life things, right? Now, relationship stuff, mental health stuff, parenting stuff, those things can be very real for everybody, no matter how much money you have. But again, it's just the way that you can try to express your love in a different way, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you, like, again, we as women just be talking so much that you got to also know this too. If you are not a wife yet and you want to become a wife, you have to also be very conscious of how you are speaking on social media about your past relationships, your current one, your last one from back in the day. Like, If a man comes across that and he hears how you spoke about that man or how you talked to that man or how you treated that man, that's going to also give him information of like, oh no, no, this is what you think about marriage. This is what you think about men. This is that. They're going to be curious. You know what I'm saying?
Down the hall.
Yeah, same.
And like,
I don't want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same.
and like sleep in separate rooms.
Go away.
I would turn.
No,
I would
that's
turn
1950.
that side of the house into a dual master. So knock down that wall between those. That's your side. This my side. You can come stay with me whenever. I can come stay with you, whatever. But we have separate spaces, separate bathrooms, separate.
I wouldn't do it that way, but I would definitely do like a woman cave and a man cave.
I mean,
Any woman.
Let me go back to the beginning, y'all. Did y'all catch that in the beginning? Listen,
I don't want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same.
and like sleep in separate rooms.
Go away.
I would turn.
No,
I would
that's
turn
1950.
that side of the house into a dual master. So knock down that wall between those. That's your side. This my side. You can come stay with me whenever. I can come stay with you, whatever. But we have separate spaces, separate bathrooms, separate.
I wouldn't do it that way, but I would definitely do like a woman cave and a man cave.
I mean,
Any woman talking about her husband like this is a woman that doesn't have respect for him. Not only does she not have respect for him, she doesn't love him. She may say she loves him. She may love the things that he does, but she is not in love with him. This is a man that she walks all over. This is a man that pays the bills and believes in things like happy wife, happy life. How do we know? Because he prioritizes her over him, right? There's no man on this planet that is in a relationship like that and is polarizing in his relationship. This is a man that's being taken advantage of. This is a man that has no dignity, no integrity, and this is a man that doesn't demand respect. And I think the personification of what that looks like is a relationship like Travis Hunter, a woman that didn't really want him, a woman that feels as if she settled for him, a woman that feels as if she can do better, a man that's doing all the work and getting not even half of that from her.
isn't that wild, y'all? That is literally so wild. She said, get away. Go away. You don't want to live with your husband. You want him to live down the hall. You want your husband to live down the hall. Go away. This is the reality, y'all. This is what it is. And this is where these women put out these crazy type of demands. He got to pay your bills and his bills, I guess, huh? He should be able to pay for your home and his home. Yeah, that's what you want. And that's what you better do. And if not, then she don't want to be with you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, y'all. This is the sad part of it. As he said, this is a woman who doesn't respect her man, who walks all over that man, who wants to take advantage of that man. And that's not cool at all. You're not like you saying get away. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be up under you like that. I don't want to be, I want to be able to do what I want to do, and you can do what you want to do, and we'll come over whenever, whatever. But you want to still be very selfish. You want to be selfish. That's what you want to do. You want to be selfish. You want to be very, very selfish, and that's so messed up. It's sad. It is sad. I'm going to share this last and final video because this happened in 2023. So it's been a couple years. Do y'all remember the Joe Smith situation with his wife who had an OnlyFans account. Y'all remember that? He found out that she had an OnlyFans account. She said she started it. She was a former porn star. The adult entertainer, shall I say, before they got together. And he found out that she had an OF account, right? It was a big thing. It was all on social media. She needed it for their source of survival. He had no idea. Again, it was very deceptive, very much wrong, very much for you to be my wife. And people know you as my wife. And you on OnlyFans doing some things for some money. And I don't know nothing about it. Is wild. That's wild. She was a adult entertainer before she got with him. Okay. Which he knew that. He knew that she was. But yeah, remember when they got on live, she was recording them and stuff like that. His response to finding out about her OF account. Okay. And this was how she decided to, when they had a little break or whatever, however it went, this is what she decided to do. And this is how we're going to wrap up the show, because this was still, I can't even believe that this happened. There's no way that you can do this to your husband when you are wrong. You embarrassed him. You are 100% wrong, disrespectful. But somehow it's his fault.
Finish. Cam say I don't ever do anything for him. So I got you a surprise. Say hello to the babes. The body rub babes.
Hey, yo, kid, what's happening? Wow. Wow.
How you doing?
Yo, kids, wow, what's up?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you. What's going on?
Don't ever say I ain't do nothing for you.
Wow, this is crazy, man. So, am I getting a massage right now?
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, this is it Keisha Chavez, Joe Smith's wife. Okay, this is just shortly after the whole thing came out.
I'm gonna give you a little massage.
Okay.
A little something.
Oh, I'm taking the silk off.
Yes.
Yo, Mace, this is a murder that was my friend right here. This was my man right here, man. This was my guy, man. Well, yo, Kiss, thank you for coming in person.
What did your OnlyFans go up after that?
Yes, I was at like probably in the top 20% of creators, and now I'm in the top like 20.
Oh, what's good about Joe?
He's there.
He's just there.
That's not a good answer.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Like, I can go away and come home.
Fellas, let me give you this disclaimer. This is what happens when you take the highest time of your life and give it away to a baddie. This is what happens.
He didn't. Wait, hold up. You're mistaken. He didn't take the highest time of his life and give
He
it to
did?
somebody else. I got him at the worst part of his life.
Oh,
You wasn't.
I was never there.
You wasn't there when he got the change.
Your stat, bring Mace up to date about
Put
the
some
first
respect
wife.
on your name, Kiss.
There's a whole first
Kiss.
wife.
Put some. I thought you was the wife when he got the bag.
No, I was the one that came after the bag was gone. Somebody else stole $100,000 from him, his girlfriend prior to me. I came in on some, let's try to fix this shit. You know?
Wow.
Nick, you could dim the lights? Dim the lights? Stat, you can leave?
Oh, yeah,
You can
get
leave.
out of here.
And you could tell me if I'm wrong. I think, and you could tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, sorry. You could tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that you was at a point a couple weeks ago where you wanted to fix this, and I think that you're having fun right now, seeing what single life has been treating you like the last couple weeks. Because I'm just, I could be wrong, but when we did, just saying real quick, when we did the interview with you, you was like you want to fix it, and today you saying I just want to be happy. It was.
He's not gonna feel any way about what you're doing.
When's the last time y'all communicated?
We were texting with each other over the last.
I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Oh,
This is sad, y'all. Just watching this right now again, it's just like, oh my God. To publicly, your husband's already embarrassed. He's already embarrassed. He's already had to deal with the fact that he married a porn star, right? He married a porn star, so he got to take that, right? He stick it out with you. Y'all stick it out together, whatever, however, whatever, right? Because they met in 2012. But the fact that you decide to keep this OF account from him, you know it's wrong, which is why you didn't tell him. You know how it would make him feel, this, which is why you didn't tell him. You know how it would make him look, which is why you didn't tell him. So you knew it was wrong. Again, this happened. This is old, y'all, but we're just bringing up the embarrassing, disrespectful wives. And this wife right here took the cake with this. Took the cake with that. To come on another man's show after just a couple weeks before that, you and your husband going at it, and you know, he found out that you have an OnlyFans account. Y'all take a little break or whatever, and you on a public platform giving a massage to another man. Oh my God. If that ain't a horrible woman, I don't know what is, y'all. If that is not a horrible woman, I don't know what that is, because that's wild. That is wild. Wild. You like, I don't know. And you don't care. You don't care how he feels. You don't care because you know you had to go in survival mode to make your money. You had to go back to what you knew, which was selling your body, doing your thing with your body. More of the story is, y'all, being a wife at one point in time meant something. At one point in time, you just wouldn't say it. You wouldn't say, you would not say certain things to embarrass your partner. But social media has opened that door, opened it wide open for women to feel that they can say and do whatever, whenever, however, and their husbands better be able to deal with it, or else. That is what we're dealing with at this point in time, y'all. Or else. So if you are a wife watching this video, watching this live, excuse me, I hope you took something from this and you can change up your ways if you act in any of these manners. If you are a woman who's not a wife yet, you have to know that you represent your man and vice versa. Everything does not need to be said. It just doesn't. It's you and him against the world. It's you and him. Excuse me, y'all. That's it. That's all. But again, we come online and say how much we hate being married. We hate our husbands. We don't want to live with them. Live by yourself. Get away from me. I want male attention. I don't care what he thinks. He's just like, it's crazy. But this is where we are, y'all. This is where we are. And this is sad. And this is heartbreaking. So understand that being a wife is bigger, way bigger than putting on a wedding dress. Way bigger. That's it has nothing to do with being a wife wearing a wedding dress. Nothing, to be quite honest. That's just a wedding. It's those vows. It's that work. It's that commitment. It's the love. It's that fight. Fight, fight, fight. Okay? So, I hope y'all enjoyed this live. I really do. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something from it. Especially the women who are watching, for the men who are watching, hopefully you can find if you're not married, a good woman who understands the values of marriage, understands what it means to be a wife, to respect her husband. I really, really do, because this is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Okay, so I want to thank y'all for joining the live. I really appreciate you guys once again. It really means a lot to me. If you haven't caught today's episode, Just a Girl Talk, be sure to go check it out. I'm talking about Teacher Bay, who is the teacher who went viral a couple weeks ago for her outfits of choice to wear to school. So check that video out. I'll be dropping a new episode, Just a Girl Talk, tomorrow. Inshallah, it will be up. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you came in at the end, you can definitely go back and catch the replay of this live. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another next week for another live, and tomorrow for another episode of Just a Girl Talk. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
You know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl.
Just a girl.
That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that Just a Girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
that Just a Girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate black women.